For centuries, the legend of El Dorado has captured the imagination of adventurers, explorers, and treasure hunters alike. The name itself evokes visions of a city paved with gold, where riches beyond imagination lie waiting for those brave enough to seek them. But what is the reality behind El Dorado? Is it a tale woven from the threads of folklore, or did it emerge from a nugget of truth buried deep within the jungles of South America? Today, we embark on a journey to uncover the origins, the myths, and the relentless pursuit of El Dorado. The story of El Dorado dates back to the early days of European exploration in the New World. As the Spanish conquistadors ventured into South America, they were met with the riches of the indigenous cultures. Among these cultures, the Muisca people of present-day Colombia played a crucial role in the development of the El Dorado legend. According to Muisca tradition, their leaders, known as the zipas, would cover themselves in gold dust and perform elaborate rituals in the sacred Lake Guatavita. This ceremony, filled with offerings of gold and precious gems, created the image of a king of gold, a figure that would later become synonymous with El Dorado. As tales of this golden king spread across Europe, the legend began to morph. The zipa became not just a man, but a city, a place where gold flowed freely and wealth was abundant. This transformation from a singular figure to a mythical city ignited the imaginations of countless explorers. Among them was Gonzalo Pizarro, a Spanish conquistador who, in 1532, set out on an expedition into the uncharted territories of the Andes, driven by the insatiable desire to find El Dorado. Pizarro's journey was perilous. He traversed treacherous mountains and dense jungles, battling harsh climates and hostile indigenous groups. Yet, despite the hardships, the promise of unimaginable wealth kept him and his men pushing forward. They encountered various tribes, each with their interpretations of the El Dorado legend. Some spoke of golden cities to the east, while others described lands rich in treasures. These accounts only fueled Pizarro's ambition and the obsession of many others who followed in his footsteps. However, as the story of El Dorado spread, so did the realization of its elusive nature. Explorers like Francisco de Orellana, who ventured down the Amazon River, returned with tales of a vast civilization, but no gold. The myth continued to grow, morphing into a symbol of hope and despair for those who sought it. Each expedition that failed to uncover the treasures of El Dorado only added to its allure, creating a cycle of exploration driven by both greed and desperation. In the late 16th century, the Spanish crown issued a series of decrees aimed at curtailing the relentless pursuit of El Dorado. The reality was that the treasure hunters were often exploiting indigenous peoples, causing immense suffering and devastation in their wake. Despite the grim consequences, the legend persisted. It became a cautionary tale, a reflection of the human condition, the desire for wealth and the lengths one would go to obtain it. As the centuries passed, El Dorado evolved further in the collective consciousness. It transformed from a literal city of gold into a metaphor for unattainable dreams and desires. The myth inspired countless literary works, paintings, and even films, each interpretation adding new layers to its complexity. Writers like Sir Walter Raleigh sought to bring El Dorado to life through their tales of adventure and discovery, perpetuating the idea that somewhere, beyond the horizon, lay a city of gold waiting to be found. But what about the archaeological evidence? Are there remnants of this fabled city, or is it merely a figment of imagination? In the 20th century, archaeologists began to investigate regions in South America that corresponded with the legends of El Dorado. They uncovered ancient civilizations, complex societies that thrived long before European contact. These discoveries revealed that the indigenous peoples of the region had sophisticated cultures, with rich traditions and extensive trade networks. One of the most significant archaeological finds was in the area around Lake Guatavita. Here, excavations uncovered a treasure trove of gold artifacts, confirming the Muisca's rituals and the significance of gold in their culture. While these discoveries do not represent El Dorado as a singular golden city, they do provide insight into the ways in which gold was revered and utilized by indigenous peoples. Additionally, the Amazon rainforest has yielded other clues. Recent studies using advanced technologies like LiDAR have revealed the remnants of ancient settlements, indicating that complex societies existed in areas previously thought to be uninhabitable. These findings suggest that the lore of El Dorado may have been rooted in real civilizations that possessed wealth, albeit not in the fantastical quantities imagined by European explorers. Yet the question remains, why did the legend of El Dorado captivate so many? Perhaps it was the promise of adventure, the allure of the unknown, or the hope of escaping the mundane. The quest for El Dorado became a metaphorical journey, representing the human desire for more wealth, more power, more meaning. Even today, the legend continues to inspire exploration. Modern treasure hunters and adventurers still scour the jungles of South America, driven by the dream of discovering lost cities and hidden treasures. But the reality is often far more complicated than the myth. As we uncover more about the indigenous cultures that thrived in these regions, we begin to understand that the true value lies not in gold, but in the stories and histories of the people who lived there. In recent years, there has been a growing recognition of the importance of preserving these cultures and their histories, rather than exploiting them for treasure. The narrative of El Dorado serves as a reminder of the consequences of greed and the value of understanding and respecting the past. As we reflect on this journey through the legend of El Dorado, we are left with a sense of wonder. The allure of gold may have been the spark that ignited countless adventures, but the true treasure lies in the connections we forge with history, culture, and each other. The myth of El Dorado may never fully fade, but perhaps it is time to redefine what it represents. Instead of a singular city of gold, perhaps El Dorado can symbolize the richness of human experience, the quest for knowledge, and the respect for the cultures that came before us. So, as we continue to investigate the reality behind El Dorado, let us embrace the mystery and the stories, recognizing that sometimes the journey itself is the greatest treasure of all. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like and subscribe for more mysterious stories. Hit the bell to never miss an episode.